My story starts at home. This was the first condo that we owned as a family. I remember when I was much younger, we used to just rent and move to a different place every year. During my childhood, I remember how my parents used to fight a lot, and for a time we were a broken family. So moving here signified how we were whole again. This place was what we could call ours, where we felt at home. But this was also the place wherein I first encountered what seemed at the time would define my life. And somehow, it did. This place brings so much bittersweet memories. There were many happy and joyful memories, but for the most part, the experience was painful. It's the place where I started to self-harm. Going through that, I now realize its significance in my life. Of course, I wish it didn't happen, especially here at our home. But now I can connect it to a greater purpose. The outcome of who I am and the bigger picture now is greater than I could have ever imagined. I was what you considered a rebellious teenager.
And it actually came to an extent na there was a time naglayas ako.
And I remember walking in the middle of the night, crossing this bridge, just being reckless overall. Now, I'm not saying to go out and commit mistakes, but from my experience, my mistakes were my greatest teachers. Looking back at those experiences, passing by these places just shows and makes me realize how much I've grown. When I came home from the States after working as a caregiver, I decided to completely change my life. That experience is for another story, but it was an eye-opener for me, or what you would call my soul-searching era. One of the things I did was take a leap of faith and join Miss Mandaluyong 2020.
I remember commuting from my classes, going to the Miss Mandaluyong 2020 activities, and somehow that put a definition to one of my greatest strengths. It's that if I want something, I will do everything and anything I can to achieve it.
It was these very halls wherein I screened, practiced, performed, and answered my first ever Q&A. The very same halls I felt doubt, excitement, anxiousness, courage, all at once. I fell in love with the beauty of pageantry and how much of a purpose and voice it can give you. From a person who used to self-harm, not see her self-worth, join an event that stands for the complete opposite of what she was feeling was a pivoting moment for me. From that moment on, I see to it that every step I took in my life would be for the purpose of inspiring others. I advocate and stand for many different causes. I truly believe a healthy mental state is one of the greatest foundations to go above and beyond. Without being in a good mental state, it's almost impossible for us to move forward, all the more help others and our community. Bringing more awareness on mental health, creating a safe space to have conversations about it, educating people about mental health, and echoing the voices of those who have struggled and is struggling are the things I'd be honored to achieve. Being a candidate of Miss Universe Philippines will surely amplify what I stand for and who I stand for. I do not have a Cinderella story that show a rags to riches theme. I acknowledge the privilege that I was born with. But it was through that awareness and acknowledging my privilege that implored me to help and inspire others. I healed my physical and mental scars so I can be a better person, not only for myself, but to be equipped to help others.
I started my content creating journey to boost my self-confidence and move out of my comfort zone, which then led others to do the same.
I started creating music and singing again. I took on projects such as modeling and hosting and live streaming, building everything from scratch with only the foundation of belief and courage in myself. My whole journey revolves around me slowly but truly loving myself. What I can offer is that story. A person who was once at her rock bottom, build herself up, and be where she currently is now. A person who has risen above their past, not leaving it behind, but now taking it with me to share the lessons that I've learned all throughout. This is me telling you that if I was able to do it, then so can you.